Good morning, boys and girls, and today we are reading aloud little books about Thanksgiving for this week. And this one today is Thanksgiving for Emily Ann. It's a very interesting story because it has to do with her face. If you see her face, she is not in a good mood, or it could be in a bad mood. At the same time, I would like to dedicate this video to my niece, Emily Ann, who happens to be born on a special day when a hurricane came through Puerto Rico and was named Emily. Alright? So her name is Emily Ann, and I'm dedicating this to her, which, to be very honest, she's also a teacher. It's amazing. So the story is written by Teresa Johnston. Let's see what Teresa Johnston wants us to learn about Thanksgiving for Emily Ann. And look at the first photo, or the first picture. Look at Emily and tell me if you think she's in a good mood. Is she in a good mood? I don't think she looks happy. She looks like a little worried. Worried. That's a face of a worried girl. And here we go. Happy Thanksgiving! Emily Ann just had to say she was not very thankful on Thanksgiving. You can tell by her face, right? She is not very thankful. I'm wondering why. Her brother was mean. That's a reason not to be very thankful. Her brother was mean. And her sister, a bored. And I mean bore as in boring. So look at the face of being boring. And look at the face of a girl when her brother is being mean to her. So she's worried. She can feel her brother being mean, and her sister is a boring sister. So that tells you a lot about how Emily feels. Now we're going to find some rhyming words within the story. So pay attention. For those of you who started rhyming, let's see if you can catch me. Shall we? Look at this one. And with Grandpa in town, she slept on the floor. See how Grandpa's sneezing? Zzz. He's sleeping. There was food to be cooked and chores to be done. With every busy family, for everyone busy, there was no time for fun. So done and fun rhyme. But look at Emily Ann. Remember, she was worried. She said that her brother was mean and her sister was bored. So that means she's boring. But look at this. They look like a happy family. Is there something wrong with Emily Ann? So Emily, feeling alone and quite sad, chose not to be thankful and instead be a bit bad. So sad and bad rhyme. Look at her being sad. But look at her being bad. I think Emily Ann has a few character traits to teach us not to do for Thanksgiving. So she snuck into the kitchen, past mashed potatoes and pie, wiggly cranberry jelly, and the rolls piled high. So pie, high, rhyme. Pie and high rhyme. Look at her. She's being what? Bad. You don't do that. And if you didn't know, she was wiggling the cranberry. She ducked in by the table to play a funny trick. She reached for the turkey to hide it really quick. So trick and quick rhyme. So see her being a little tricky. And she was just a little quick to get the turkey. And something happened. But her mom, who was cooking, saw her reach for the plate. Why, Emily! What a big helper, Emily Ann. You're so great. Plate, great. Look at Emily's face showing her teeth. She must have been nervous because she thought her mommy caught her doing something bad, and mommy said that she was such a great big helper. I think mommy knows what's going on, right? I think so. Her mom kissed her cheek and sent her straight through the door into the dining room with the shiny wood floor. So door, floor, they rhyme. Floor and door rhyme. On the big dinner table were the placemats she'd made, turkeys with top hats voted best work in her grade. So she made her mats for Thanksgiving. And if you haven't noticed, this one says Happy Thanksgiving Daddy, Happy Thanksgiving me, Happy Thanksgiving Granddad, Happy Thanksgiving Julie. I guess that's her sister. So she made a lot of mats for everyone to have their own. Well, that's nice of Emily Ann. Here come the people. And there in that moment, Emily Ann saw the truth. Her family had come together from Uncle Mark to little Ruth. So this is Ruth, which I assume is Emily Ann's cousin, because they just said that this is Uncle Mark. So if this is Uncle Mark, that means that Ruth and Emily Ann are cousins. And it continues. Cousins Austin and Julie, and even great-grandma was there, cuddling Henry with his soft, curly hair. So that's her great-grandma, and that's the baby, Henry. And she was a piece of it, from her top to her toes. They really didn't matter, all her Thanksgiving woes. So she changed. She stopped being mean and bad and tricky and started being thankful. I guess now that she has her brother in her arms and the dog, which must be her favorite pet, sounds like everything is coming together for Emily Ann. By the time she sat down on Thanksgiving Day, wow, that's a lot of people at the table, right? Well, that's what happens on Thanksgiving. I am thankful for my family was all she could say. Say, day. Those two rhyme. It made her feel much better. Happy Thanksgiving! The end. Did you like this book? I did. Thanksgiving for Emily Ann. Was Emily Ann able to change her character? Most definitely, yes. She started being a little worried. Then she wasn't happy because she had a mean brother and a boring sister. So she decided to be a little tricky and a little bad. And you have to understand, boys and girls, you're not the one who's cooking. It's mommy who is. So it's very important for you to be thankful to have somebody in your family, to have somebody with you. With you. It could be mom, it could be dad, it could be your sisters, your brothers. It could be many people. It could be your pet. So it's not that you don't love them, it's that you feel thankful for having them all. Be thankful this week and always that you do have a house, you have a bed, you have a mom and a dad, you have food to eat, you can take a bath, you can go to sleep, you can wake up and be good to everybody. Always do that, because that's the right thing to do. Okay? Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.